Oops. Oh shit. What did I just do over here? Oh Lord. Oh, there we go. Give me a minute, y'all. There we go. Trying to get this up here. Okay. I think we're good. Y'all, I have to fix that. Of course, it's not looking right. Make it bigger. Does that help? It's like really fuzzy. I don't see it on this end, but then when I look at over there, it's not looking right. I may have to take me off. Let's see. Hold on. It's clear over here. All right, there we go. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Looks good. Good morning, Richard. Hope everybody is well. Y'all, if this does look a little blurry to y'all, let me know. Because you don't really have to see me. I want y'all to see me, but you know, the whole important part of this is the charts. So anyway, let's get to it. This week, it shouldn't be that long because we're halfway through the month now. We've done most of our monthly things. So we've done our 2 week. So this week, we're just looking at how everything ended on the week. So as usual, we're going to go through and start and see what we have on the economic calendar this week. There is nothing for Monday or Tuesday. You have these building permits, but that's not really going to do a whole lot. Wednesday is going to be the day. So Wednesday we have the interest rate decision, and then the press conference where Powell is going to talk. So that's when we'll probably introduce some good volatility into the market, and hopefully give us a nice trend day, a few trend days. Because what we've kind of had lately was lots of chop and like 2 trend days. I know last week it was mostly that. I think it was Tuesday and Friday were like trend days, and then the rest of it was really choppy. So interestingly enough, when I was talking to Kiki, I was telling her, you know, in a bear market, normally it's not this much chop. It's an elevator down, a little bit of chop, and then an elevator down. This one is more like chop, a pop, elevator down, chop again, a pop, elevator down. So I think the reason for that is because we are above the 200 on the daily. I know we're mostly STRAT, but y'all know I do STRAT plus patterns plus EMAs. So knowing that being above the 200, I told y'all, is larger term bullish. So right now, I'm not thinking we're in a bear market. And that's another reason I think that we're struggling a little bit to go down. We still have our elevators, but it's more of a struggle because the bulls are still in the building. The bulls are in the building as long as we're above that 200 on the daily. Once you drop below, then you know the bears completely have control. Okay, so only short-term bearish, especially for the seasonality for September. I'm still thinking that in October is when we're going to have our reversal. Still looking for 420. We might not get to 420, but that's the 200 on the daily. So we'll get into that in a little bit. So I was talking, y'all. Anyway, Thursday is the normal stuff, jobless claims, and then I felt like it was something else. Friday, check Friday. Oh, Friday you had that PMI flash, which may or may not do anything, but again, we're always aware of that. So that's what we have on the economic calendar this week. And then I wanted to show y'all again with Frank's scanner. So one thing I noticed that I've tried to kind of drill to you guys is that the simple way to look for plays is to use his scanner. One thing I did also notice is that sometimes it's not always updated. So like if you're trying to look at the weekly plays on like a Friday afternoon and it hasn't updated yet, you can check out this signal snapshot. This signal snapshot actually updates a lot quicker. And it gives you a good way to go through and say, okay, you know, what ended as an inside day, a hammer, starting to become a favorite. Y'all know, if you followed me for a while, outside bars are my top favorite. I just love that reversal. Insides were my second favorite. But now inside bars and rev strats are kind of like neck and neck. Reason being, rev strats give you a strong move if it plays out. And so I like being able to target the candle before the previous candle for that. So look at your signal snapshot. Look at your actionable signals that are in force, in case you are questioning, like, after I look at that signal snapshot and I'm looking at something on the monthly, like FedEx, for instance, is it in force, or do I have something that a weekly that will trigger the weekly news haven't updated? Check out this close and you can really get a good snapshot of what's going on. Okay, so I just wanted to show that to you guys again. TF, what's up? Good morning. Alrighty, so let us start with the VIX as always. The VIX is still in this area, but if you notice, it is wicking off of this support, which is really kind of like, I say more like 1320. It's holding that support. Now here on the weekly, I do have what I consider like a mini head and shoulders. So if the VIX pops and rejects around 1708, then it will stay in this shoulder area, which honestly, that kind of may coincide a little bit with what we're looking for in the markets, because if the VIX does have a nice pop, that would be a nice drop for the markets. And then we only have a couple more weeks before October where we could reverse to the bullish side. However, just VIX is at just a real low. So we keep that in mind. It may pop above this shoulder area, but we know it's sat down here for, look at this, for about 4 months now. It's the fourth month, 1, 2, 4 months now that it's bounced off of this area. So if it decides to, it also, could we outside month 18? If we sell off for 2 weeks, we could definitely outside month here. So keep your eye on VIX, honestly, because if it does an outside month, it could still get stopped up here. But if it does do an outside month, that will coincide with our bearish market that we're expecting. Yes, I'm still bearish, you guys. So for the most part, as long as we continue, and remember what I always tell you, unless the charts tell us that we are reversing back to the upside and not just having a relief pop, I'm going to stay bearish for the rest of the month or until we get to my target. So all right, you see VIX had this nice outside day here, but it's still in a downtrend. It's just sitting down here. So keep an eye on your VIX levels, because if your VIX starts to pop above, these EMAs start to turn above, then we really may see some red in the market. I am a little, not concerned, but I'm side-eyeing it a little bit, because we had a red couple of weeks, but the VIX has not really gone up. So I'm really watching this to see if it's going to pop or what it's going to do. But for the most part, it's really just sat down here, popped a little bit, and came right back to this chop area, like a shoulder. All right. So looking at the dollar has been doing good. Still is making its way towards the top of this broadening formation. It has to take these folks out first at this 105.93. But if it continues, then we can look to see it touch the top of this broadening formation. Keep in mind, it's been green for several weeks. So when or if this does turn, that may be a nice turn. When you look at it on the monthly, though, it was almost a rev strat, but that's your target right there, that 105.93. So also, it was chopping around for a very long time, basically in this TTO, and then came out. So now that it took out these people down here, we're looking to see if them take out these folks here and then see what it wants to do from there. Is it going to reject the top of the broadening formation? Correct. Keep going. That type of thing. So looking at the dollar on the day, it is above the 200. EMAs are pointing up. So the bulls have control here. You can see the little corrections it has, and it's still making higher lows. So dollar is still in an uptrend. I was really perplexed on Thursday with the markets up. Oh, that was a shakeout. That was just a shakeout. That's all that was. After the data, I think a lot of people expected the markets to drop. But I'm going to get to that in a little bit. I really think that there was just more corrective activity for them to drop it like it's hot on Friday. So like Friday, I really wasn't surprised. I'm going to actually review that in a little bit. Good morning, Shay. Good to see y'all. Thanks so much for watching, y'all, and tuning in. All right, so NASDAQ on the weekly, double inside week. Y'all know what that means. It's not a strat signal, but a double inside week means that it's consolidating for a big breakout. So what are we looking for? To break it down. Why? Because we have two red candles here that kind of let us know the bears are in control. And you can see each time it has gone up, it's made a higher low. Okay, so this is kind of what I wanted to point out. You'll see this on the Qs as well. So if you remember last week, or for a while now, I'm not going to toot my horn or anything, y'all, but when we were going up here, I do remember telling y'all we're looking to see when it's going to reverse. From here, I said, okay, looks like we're about to reverse. We made a lower high here. I said, okay, we're going to fall down here. Once we got here, we made this head and shoulders, which, remember, this entire area over here is a shoulder. And I was saying, okay, this shoulder failed and came back up. However, we made another round of reversal and a shoulder. So this is what I was looking for. On Thursday, we had this pop. However, let me show you better on SPY because I was really looking at SPY. Thursday, we had that pop. However, you knew that the top of this shoulder and the inside week here was between 443 and 451. One thing you can look for when you are dealing with shoulder areas is look for, especially for a head and shoulder, look for the strength on how it moves up. If you noticed on Thursday, it struggled so hard. It was like, it was climbing up, but it was like really struggling trying to get up there. And on low volume. Those two things combined kind of let you know that at some point the bears are going to step in and smack that thing down. So that's exactly what I expected. Now, knowing we always play what the charts gave you, I was looking to see if it broke above 451 first for it to have more upside, for the bulls to say they were in control. It slightly broke above and they smacked it back down and it couldn't get back above there. So by Friday morning, when it had no strength pre-market, I kind of knew it was going to come down. So that's why, you know, Thursday didn't really surprise me. I was just waiting for it to get above that 451. That 451 was really strong. So for the NASDAQ here, since we're looking at that, it was the 15,138 to the 15,512, basically, which is this inside week. So, you know, in